Good evening, guys. Welcome to IT Engineers online classes on Azure. Today we are going to discuss about Azure services. My name is Sanjay Singh. So, when we are talking about Azure services, there are few components, there are few services. One is web application, mobile application, logic apps, and APIs apps. So, today we are going to discuss about web app, and I will give you some basic overview of these applications which we can use in Azure App Services, as well as will I'll show you a lab also on Azure Web App Services, how you will configure Web App Services through different tools. So first of all, web app. So web app is also that is formerly known as website. So you can build and host your web application with various programming languages like .NET, Java, PHP, so Node.js. So you can write, you have the control, and you can write your application in multiple various programming language. So that is totally up to you which language you are going to use. So the platform which you are going to use, that would be auto scalable, so and highly available. That is highly available. You can use, you can integrate DevOps features, DevOps tools like CI/CD, and you can do your continuous deployment also. You can integrate your web application through Visual Studio. So you can do your deployment through Visual Studio as well, through FileZilla as well. So you can access and manage your web application through FileZilla also. So these are the basic features you will get, which you will get here. So it's a PaaS solution. It comes under into platform as a services, where you will not focus on your hardware. Whatever hardware will be given to you, and you will choose your platform like Windows, Linux, Docker, and container. So whatever platform you will choose, you will get a pre-configured platform. So no need to worry about the underlying hardware. You need to only focus on your business, that means on your code. So run your code. So next is mobile. So through mobile apps you can build your mobile devices, mobile applications, which would be highly scalable and highly available applications, which will be globally accessible. And you can build your native apps for iOS, for Android, for Windows, and for cross-core platform apps you can build here on mobile applications. Then we have Logic App. So basically Logic App we use for automation our business processes and workflows. So it will automate our business process. We can use that for orchestration purpose. So if you want to orchestrate something, like every time your app calls a API to do some task, so what you can do, you can create a Logic App, so which will orchestrate your this process. uh, Routinely you ingest data from a storage blob or external SaaS devices, so SaaS based device services. At that time you can configure Logic App. You can or you can use your tweets. Okay, you can check your tweets, you can regularly check your tweets, okay, from a specific account. So if there would be any new tweet coming, you will get a notification. So these are the basically orchestration tasks which you can perform through Logic App. Then we have APIs app, so which will allows you to create, consume, and call APIs. So you can create, you can call your APIs, show up. So that is the option to use your APIs which you create. Okay, you could use your external API services also through API apps. Now features, security features. If you are going to deploy a web app, so what would be security features? Okay, that we need to also understand. Just because we are going to deploy our web application into cloud, so there should be some security So for that we have some features which we are going to discuss. So what you can do, you can isolate, you'll get isolated VM for your web application. Some regulatory compliance will be applied on your web application like ISO, SOC, and PCI. So which will be applies on your web application. Okay, so you can fully integrate with your web application through Azure AD. One second. So you can integrate your application through with Azure AD, and then you can authenticate your users, and you can also apply RBAC to manage or to authenticate your applications. Okay, so you can use manage the service identities, okay, which is right now in preview, but it will be available shortly. So it supports your custom DNS and SSL, TLS based authentication. Okay, it includes custom certificates which you can use, so you can bring your own certificate which you can apply to your web application. So again, through custom DNS you can map your own DNS also. Now protocols, authentication protocols which will be authenticate your web application. So that there is a open authentication, OpenID, and MS Active Directory, which you can use for authentication purpose, for authenticating your web application. You can use WEF, web application firewall, which you can integrate with your web application, and then you can secure your application. Okay, now when you are going to host any application, any web application on Azure, so what you need to do, you need to create a app service plan. Okay, so now what is app service plan? So this app service plan will define that the kind of hardware which you are going to use, or the number of VMs, number of CPU, okay, and your size of that VM, that and like that DS1, V2, DS1, which size you are going to use. So that comes under into your app service plan. So which you need to define first. So like you will define your subscription first, then your location where you're going to place your web application or your app service plan. Okay, then your pricing tier. When you're going to create an app service plan, you need to follow, you need to define these values. So subscription, then your location, then your pricing tier. So in pricing tier we have few options, like you can use free, you can use shared tenancy, or you can use basic plan, you can use standard plan, you can use sorry, that is standard premium, you can use isolated, that means dedicated VM. Okay, you can choose, so that is a pricing tier. Then you can choose your instance size. Okay, like small, medium, okay, or large, that you can choose. So that comes under into service plan. So in that service plan you will choose. Okay, then you will configure your settings like scale count. Okay, how many instances you need, like 1 2 3. Okay, then scale rules which you can apply to your uh, app service plan, like, or it will allows you for auto scaling as well as custom scaling. You can scale up, okay, so which will increase your resources which is associated with your app service plan. So basically, that is app service plan. So first of all you need to define a app service plan. Okay, then you would be able to deploy a web application on that particular app service plan. Now there are some guidelines when you are going to create a app service plan. So what are these guidelines which we need to take care of, which we need to remember? So I'm going to write down here. So I'm not going to use my digital pen just because as you see my handwriting is very poor. So what you can do, you can create app service plan for specific applications. Okay, you can deploy app services to support your application. Okay, now do not use a single plan for your all web application. So for every web application, why? Basically, what you can do, the service plan which you have created, let's suppose you have created a service plan for your web application in which you are getting your resources. So what you can do, you can deploy one or more web application on the same service app plan, so which will share your underlying hardware resources. But again, if there would be if there would be any performance issue would be there if you are going to use same single service plan for your multiple web applications. So you need to take care about this. You need to be careful when you're going to deploy multiple web applications. So there should be different app service plan for your web applications. So you can combine your all services inside a resource group, which we already know. That means we can logically group our all services like our web application or our service plan in a single resource group. So these are few guidelines for web applications. So now app service, let's discuss one more thing, which is app service environment, which is known as ASEs. So if you are going to deploy any app service environment, so which will be fully isolated environment, and isolated environment. Number two, for high performing apps, that means high performance application, you can use high CPU and memory, which is required. You can use individual or multiple service plan. That is already totally up to you, up to your web application. So individual or multiple service plan. Number four, two ways to deploy your web application. You can deploy internally or external. There are two ways to deploy your web application, internally or externally. Or you can create a subnet. So you can deploy your web application into subnet, which will isolate your web application for security purpose. Okay, and these are the things which you need to take care when you're going to deploy a web application. So in next lecture, I'm going to show you how you will deploy your web application and app service plan. Thank you guys.